What is going on, everybody? Thank you for tuning into another edition of On the Road to Victory. I am your host, Jimmy Smith, and I hope you're all having yourselves a fantastic night. We're here for some injury news a day after when we usually do because, of course, the game is on Monday. So every show will be pushed back a day. We get our initial injury report here today on Thursday. Going to go over some other things here. One thing I want to touch upon, Willie Lampkin had his 21-day window or 21-day practice window open there. And what that means is he has 21 days to practice with the team. And then in that time, he needs to come off of IR. If he doesn't, his season's over. So usually when this move is made, they are within reach of coming back. So maybe not this week, but maybe soon. And maybe with Cam Jurgens. Yeah, we'll talk about that in a second. So, oh, baby, we got a few players now with that 21-day window open. So let's talk about it. We'll talk about the Packers. Appreciate all of you taking the time here, hitting that like button, sharing, subscribing, all the things you're doing to support the channel. Cannot thank you enough. If you have any questions, comments, leave them down below. But we're going to jump into this, take a look at the Eagles. And we've got some great news here because a lot of big question marks, but also still some concerning news. And that being Cam Jurgens, who did not practice with that knee injury. So maybe just being precautious, hopefully, maybe. Not sure, but didn't place him on IR, so I don't know, man. Hopeful that he is healthy and ready to go. If not, next man up, Toth, or maybe Willie Lampkin could get things going this week, and if there's any struggles, maybe he's playing. I don't know. But Adoree Jackson there, limited with a concussion, and then also Moro with Jomo. And we talked about Adoree, would they try to stash him on IR? That is not the case, and, it looks like he's somebody that, he could still be placed there, but somebody that was back in a limited capacity. A Jomo, you hope, gets well also, and want to see these guys healthy. And then you see the full participants, Saquon Barkley, A.J. Brown, hell yeah. Both will be good to go for Monday. Any setbacks, obviously, would change that, but looking good right now. And then you've got the three players with their 21-day windows open, Jakorian Bennett, Willie Lampkin, and Nolan Smith. So very excited, hopeful to get these guys back. And we had our new players at practice today too. So very excited there. Looking just like we talked about, staying patient, laughing at the media as they lost their minds. And we, sat here and talked about all these players we were going to get back. Yeah, it looked, like things were grim in certain spots, but things were going to be all right when guys came back from injury. So I'm excited about this team. Hope you're feeling the same way. And well, we've got ourselves a very tough opponent in Week 10, and that's the Green Bay Packers. And they're dealing with some injuries as well. So let's take a look. And I had to make two separate lists because they have so many names, but I got only a few that did not practice. So we'll look at that list first. And that was just three backups here, and Nate Hobbs, Lucas Van Ness, and Savion Williams, who is also their kick returner. So that's unfortunate. We'll keep our eyes on that, but those guys not practicing. It sounds like Hobbs is already out for this one, but we'll keep our eyes on Van Ness and Savion Williams. But the guys that did practice, a bunch of them in a limited capacity. You see Josh Jacobs is on there. That was for rest purposes. Matthew Golden, good news that he was limited. That shoulder injury, something they were concerned maybe he missed this week. Still good, but limited is usually a good start. You see right tackle and left guard are there. You see both their linebackers are on here, Quay Walker and Cooper there. Christian Watson, Dontavian Wicks, all limited. And then their kicker, Brandon McManus, full participant. Now, they have two kickers on their roster, so maybe they just go ahead and figure out which one they want to stick with here. But that's both teams' injury news for the day, and I will keep you updated each day. There will be an update, so tomorrow you'll get an update with the top matchup show. And then on Saturday, that will be the game status report. Sunday, you'll get your practice squad elevations, all that stuff. And then Monday, Monday might be the same day with those Monday night games. Regardless, you'll have a show for everything that's going down here. But if the Eagles make any signings or cut anybody, do anything like that, if it warrants a show, you'll get one or a post or whatever it needs to be. But if you guys have any thoughts on this, anything you want to add, love to hear from you down below. But that is all I've got for you. If you got anything from this video, do me a favor, hit that like button, share this bad boy, subscribe, hype this video up, become a member, whatever you can do to support the channel. Can't thank you enough for doing that. Hope you're all having yourselves a great day, having yourselves a great week. But It's almost time for football to be back. It's felt like 10 years, so let's effing go. But tomorrow, I will be back with that top matchup show, an updated injury report, and everything you need to know about this Week 10 matchup. Hope to see you then, but until then, I am Jimmy Smith, and this is On the Road to Victory. You all stay safe out there, and as always, go Birds!